All right, everybody, welcome to another episode of Kingscape 80. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining us on another episode of this live hobby that keeps us going, that entertain us, makes us cry.
Yeah.
Carlos is a little bit down.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to that. But yeah, well, first of all, how you doing, Carlitos? Yeah, you don't want to, Charlie.
Yeah, yesterday I had some horrible news, man.
Some horrible news.
Yeah.
All right, we'll talk about it a little bit. Yeah, you've been talking about it. It's just all right. Well, and then we decided to talk about that the whole episode. If it isn't bad enough for you to, let's just still poke. Let's keep poking the wood.
It still has a scab, so it's still open. Might as well.
Like, why do we talk about? Let's talk about Carlos Spain.
Yeah. Oh man.
How you doing, Isaias?
I'm really, really happy. The best. Day
Oh,
of my
good. I'm glad someone's happy.
Yeah, see, Isaias and I we're just happy. We're
Haters.
ecstatic.
We got haters in it.
Ulises got a new
I
hairstyle,
got
a new shirt.
haircut, fresh, cool.
When'd you get
clean.
that haircut?
I had older guys, people.
I said when.
I went today.
Oh, okay. I said that was bad luck. That was my bad luck. Probably
No, it was today.
I have to blame somebody.
I don't know. It was
I have
a lot
to blame somebody.
I haven't been in on a barbershop in a while, so it was I don't know. It was a new barbershop that I've never been to. It was a lot of older guys. I'm like,
Super
oh.
cut.
No. It wasn't super cuts. It was something. I looked it up because for the price. I haven't been on a barbershop in a while, and I don't like going there because
Man, haircuts, they're up there now, man.
oh really?
Yeah,
I thought it was cheap. I was like looking at, and then for real, I looked it up,
Uh-huh.
and then I was looking at the reviews and the pictures that people put. I was like, those are horrible haircuts. I don't.
No, I mean haircuts that I've seen, man, haircuts go up to like $100.
Yeah. I was before. I was going to a barbershop with it was like 45 plus tip. I'm like, damn, it hurts. I mean, it could have been a mad ball or something.
I mean, it's normal to me. I pay like $200, but I get a Brazilian. That's why I get a Brazilian.
I get the Brazilian.
I get the Brazilian.
The whole,
I get the
full wax and all.
Yeah.
Massage.
All the nooks and crannies. I get everywhere.
Stupid.
Carlos, how often do you get a haircut?
Man, I try to get one like maybe once a month, once every 2 months. That's why I wear hats, so I don't have to comb my hair. Whatever.
It's been months and months since last time.
It
I
has.
had the sides cut, but my wife will help me cut it.
Mhm.
I don't stylish too much.
I mean, we're old. I don't care about that.
I don't
anyway.
care about either. So, and no, it was about 25,
Oh, that's
22. And it was a barbershop. It was not like a hair salon.
Honestly, that's a fair price because nowadays I'm telling you, it's like
they
an
can go up
easy
there.
haircut, like $45 to $50.
Yep.
You mentioned me before the episode that it was like old people and stuff. The actual barber was an old guy.
No. The people getting the haircuts, it was just older
Ah.
people. Like it was like all gray hair and all that. It was like you see on the floor, it was all gray hair and like a big ball of wool of my hair. Like it was a big ball of wool. Like it was like a sheep was being shredded or whatever. How do you call it? But anyways, it was a big ball of hair. Anyway. We were like thinking about what do we talk about? And then you were just whining the whole
I wasn't
day.
whining. I was crying, man.
Yeah,
I wasn't whining. Whining and crying is two different
tomatoes
things.
is the same thing.
Yeah.
What happened? Tell us, Carlos. Tell us what happened.
So-
What were you?
So of course, as everybody knows, I'm after a certain figure, a Leo faker,
Leo figure, yeah.
and I mean, I felt like I was so close to getting it. When I say it was like on the grasp of my hands getting it, the guy that I was talking to said he was gonna think about it, and then from one minute to the next, from one day to the next, he said, you know what, I think I'll do it. And I just let me know, brother, when you're ready, and I'll send you the money.
You already agreed on the price and all that?
Yeah, the price was set. Everything was good to go, and he tells me, well, on his,
He was trying to find another piece.
yeah, on his end, he mentioned that he's trying to find a girl piece of his own, but he was trying to sell other things before he sold the faker, and so he was like, well, that's why it took a little bit of time for him to process to see if it's really worth that piece is really worth him getting rid of that faker. And I'm like,
or if he will make the deal with the other guy.
yeah, exactly. So that's what the reason why he said, okay, it was steps. So the first step was, will he be willing to let it go? He said yes. And well, he said, let me think about it. And then eventually said, yeah, possibly, what, I think I'll do it. That's exactly what his words. I think I'll do it.
Uh-huh.
Okay. And then he goes, well, let me talk to the guy, see if we can get the deal done. And then that goes through, then we'll get our deal done. I'm like, okay, cool. We can do that. So I gave him a couple of days. I let him, spew on it, whatever, just do whatever his business. I was ready to send him the money. And which was on a Monday, he hits me up and he's like, yeah, he starts trying to sell me other things. I'm like, I go, no, we already talked about what I wanted to get. So then he just, what? He goes, I don't think I can get rid of it.
Oh,
and then he tells me, I don't think so here's hear me out. He says, I don't think the guy wants to sell me that piece. And I figured, okay, that's legitimate. I understand if you're not just gonna get rid of this piece,
one of your pieces.
But then while the conversation is going on, he says, I think he's willing to let it go. So I'm in my head, I'm thinking, okay, like, so what is it? Is he gonna let it go? He's not gonna let it go. Are you backing off? I don't think he wanted to tell me he was backing off.
Yeah,
because
he showed you other stuff, right? So he was showing you.
He was showing me other nice pieces, but I'm tunnel vision. I'm focused on that faker. So when we started conversing a little bit more, I was understanding and that no, he's able to get the other piece. He just doesn't want to sell the fake. He wants to sell other pieces to make up for the money.
He want to sell you
exactly
other stuff.
So he's like, no, you know what? I'm gonna just hold on to it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, man, I was.
And here's where the therapy session starts.
Oh.
So lean back, Carlos, and tell us, how do you feel?
I feel.
How do you feel? How do you feel when?
Man, honestly, I'm not gonna lie. When I was at work when that conversation happened, I didn't want nobody to bother me. I wanted to be left alone. I want to go cry in the car. Yeah, I didn't want nobody to talk to me. I was honestly, I was really upset. I really was. I was upset because I felt like
so close.
Our conversation was healthy enough, was going the right direction. If you would have kept telling me, you know what, I don't know, no, you know what?
But he already said yes.
Yes,
so.
and that's what got me to the point where like, okay, I'm getting to fourth base. I'm about to hit the home run.
Yeah.
And then when he tells me, well, the guy didn't want to do the deal with them. Honestly, I didn't feel as bad. I really didn't.
You're like, yeah, he's not gonna get it. There's no reason for him to sell it.
That's the way I felt about it. But then once our conversation kept going on, he was like, yeah, he's willing to get it. He's willing to, like, they're still willing to do the deal, but he doesn't want to let go of that piece. And I understand.
And then you mentioned something. Is the way that this hobby can make you change your mood.
Yeah,
is real, for real.
Like, and people, we say this all the time. It's just plastic. It's just a toy. It's not,
just a hobby.
Yeah, but
don't take it too serious. But it can change. It can change your mood, right?
Yep.
So you can talk about how. So like, let me put it on words that you can probably feel a little bit of empathy for us. Isaias.
I'm ready.
You're ready. Okay,
yeah,
so
yeah.
Champions League finals, Real Madrid versus Barcelona. You get to overtime, right? And then you go to the penalty kicks or whatever, right? And then you're like going back and forth with the penalties, and then at the very last, your favorite player on the Barcelona misses the last goal, and then you lose the final of the Champions League. Would you be upset about it? Because I remember when I was just to be a really fan of it, it would piss me off.
Yeah, sports. I think is.
Would you?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, you get sad 4 hours or maybe that rest of the day. And yeah, I understand it.
You feel it now? You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, I get it. I get it.
It changes
Yeah.
your mood.
And it's a hobby, and you know it's not that important.
You know
but
you
it
didn't
sti-
play.
it's-
You know you're not
yeah,
losing. You're not
it still
not
gets
winning.
you. Yeah.
I mean, and just think about it. I mean, I didn't bargain with them. I told them yes.
And sometimes the
to the
worst
not- yeah.
part in that case is that you have a friend that goes for Real Madrid and they're like showing it on your face, like us today, talking on Carlos, like, ha ha. That's the worst.
Yeah.
The only thing that can make it worse.
Yeah, Barca losing a final, then having to talk about it an hour and a podcast. Yeah, it will be tough. Yeah, I get you.
Man, oh my gosh. You know what? At the end of the day, it's a
Is it?
laughable. It's a laughable matter because I mean I think about it too, and I really I'm dead serious. That day, I wanted to be left alone. I didn't want nobody talking to me. I didn't want nobody bothering me. People from work were coming up to me like, just leave me alone. Y'all figure it out. I don't know nothing.
I'm not in.
I'm gonna ask you a question. Maybe if it's too personal, we can bleep it. But it was the same reaction you had, of course, when you forgot about your anniversary and that the whole day you didn't want to talk to you.
It was
or
worse.
anything.
yeah. I mean, because it was. I mean, it's like I didn't really lose anything. but in this case, I lost a piece that it's. I think the rarity of it.
But look at the bright side.
There ain't no damn bright side, man.
You didn't.
Bright side we're talking
You
about.
didn't spend that like a lot of money on it. You can still have.
It was not a scam, at least. Yeah.
No.
You don't care about
Guys,
the money.
thank you guys for trying to make it. No, but no, it's I'm sorry. There's nothing that's gonna. To me, like I said, look, if that conversation, if I would have cut the conversation short and been like, okay, you know what, the guy didn't come through, I think I would have been a little bit more at peace with it.
Mm-hmm.
But being that we kept conversating and then he tells you, oh yeah, I can still obtain that piece. I just don't want to sell this one. I'd rather sell other things. And that's I
He
think
said it like that.
yeah. And that's what upsetted me because we talked about it. That and Yuli, you know this of all people, you know me very well, and you know when it comes to being a man of your word, you got to be it. I mean, you have to. I mean, I just if I lose a bet, I lose a bet. I mean, I have to deal with it, and I'm just that's the way I am, and so I felt like, oh my gosh, this conversation. I just told him, you know what, I told him, look, I hope you obtain that piece that you're going after. And
but you didn't really mean it.
No, I was being sincere about it. I told him I hope you get it, and I just left it at that. And
But
after that,
do you have like thoughts of like it being unethical or that he didn't have that it was wrong? He didn't went through his word.
I think unethical. Well, I'll let Carlos answer this like right after. But I think unethical will be if you get the money and they didn't send the right piece, or you said that it was complete and then it was incomplete, or you send it in pieces instead of like whatever. That'll be unethical. The other thing is more like kind of like you have to be old fashioned. It's a man of your word. Yes, a lot of people are. A lot of people don't.
Yeah.
A lot of people have regrets, and then they say something, and then later on, hey, I don't want to sell it anymore. I've been on that train where not with the exact person, but I've been like, oh, I want to sell my undercover turtles, and then all of a sudden, like, oh no, I don't want to sell them anymore, right? So I put them up, and they're like, oh no, not for that price or stuff like that. Like I don't want to sell them anymore. So sometimes you get that, but whenever you're directly like, and it happened to me the opposite. So we're talking about this so close yet so far, either on deals or whatever. It happened to me recently. Like I was about, and it's a good friend, right? So it's just a guy that has bought stuff for me. We've shared, but it was still like, god damn it, I already had it. I was gonna sell him like a couple of undercover graded, and even though I told him I don't want to split the set, I like. You purchased from me before, and you've done big purchases, stuff like that. So it's a cool dude, right? So shout out. I'm not gonna name names because I don't want him to, but shout out. You know who you are, and it was so cool, brother. Don't worry about it. But we had already agreed on selling the Leo and the Mikey, like the highest
the
set.
cover, yeah.
and we agreed on the price and all of that. And then we said, all right, so tomorrow I'll send you the money. I'll wire. I'm just waiting for this. Da da da. Like, okay, so I was just like already thinking of what I was gonna spend the money on, right? Like,
That's
I'm already
worst,
like, all right,
right?
so
Yeah.
let's go spending. Like, so I was already searching on eBay. I was already like, oh, let's go, man, because this is a big chunk of money. And then, of course, and I understand it wasn't his fault, but like, hey, man, my wife was like, let go of the on her work, and like, we have to readjust. I cannot spend this amount of money right now. It's a financial, like, I mean, even though I understand everything, it's still like, yeah, man, I already had like a list, like
I think we had a I think we did a podcast before, and we talked about this, and
Also, you didn't back out of that story. You
no. For
It
me, it
was
was the opposite.
him.
He already said,
Oh.
I have the money. We already agreed on the price.
Mm.
I almost had the figures packed.
I thought you will get
No,
cold
I
feet
got
and
got cold
back
feet.
out.
No.
Oh,
I was
okay,
ready to sell,
okay.
but it was the
Ah,
opposite
right.
because he said like, no, I cannot spend. Like, after we agreed on price and everything, he's like, no, you know
And
what?
does it feel bad?
Eh?
Does it feel bad?
I'm telling you, I already have like a
Really?
list of stuff that I wanted to buy. The thing like on eBay and stuff like that. I was already, I want to go crazy. Golly, like
so close. Yeah, he's so
So
close. So
But
yeah, so far.
in that scenario, it would be easier to sell it, right, to another person.
Yeah, but since our like bigger pieces, is like not everybody has like
That's
chunks of money to spend
exactly.
out on. Like,
Mm.
so that's also on Carlos' behalf. Like, it's not everybody has that amount of money on his pocket to spend right away. He just didn't want to sell that piece. He showed him all the stuff like kind of like similar value, but like I was like, no, I want that one.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's not that easy. So you say, oh, it'll be easier to sell them. Like, yeah, but it's not that easy.
I
when it
think
comes to
the
that.
thing about it was on my end is I gave him his time, to think about it. I didn't pressure him. I didn't try to convince him. Nothing like that. Because I mean, I put myself in I always like to put myself in another person's shoe and see, and I wouldn't want to feel pressured. Because if anything, I believe it would actually, make the person actually go the opposite way
Yeah.
and not want to do it. So I was like, yeah, just take your time. You let me know, and that's how. And like I said, step one was, he said possibly. Okay, well I threw the line out there, and so he hit me up like at two something in the morning to tell me there's other things you're looking for, and when I woke up I seen the tag like, no, I go, this is what I'm looking for. So he's like, okay. He goes, oh man, it's a hard piece. I'm like, I understand. That's and so I don't know, from one day to the next, he just felt like, and he said, you know what? I think I'll do it. Yeah, I'll probably, because I think I'll do it.
Nah.
And so that,
This hobby brings you.
it can
way
bring you joy.
high up,
Yeah, there you go.
and then it can
You
get
can have your highs and lows.
Yeah, super down. I remember, and then we talked about it. I don't know if it was in the Spanish version or English version of the podcast, but we talked about. And let's open up another wound of Carlos, right? So, when you bought, I remember you bought the. It was a pretty cool piece, right? So the blank from Dick Tracy, the blank, and then the very next day, comes up for sale a Toxic Limbs.
Oh, yeah.
What was it? What is it called?
A Bosk,
Bosk Toxic Limbs figure that you've been searching for years.
For years as well, yep.
And then you just spent like big chunk of money on the blind. I'm like, man, I wish I would have. I remember you've been so high up purchasing the blank. And then immediately we're like,
yeah.
he went like, almost like as if he couldn't enjoy the big figure that he's got because he lost like a possibility of buying it.
Yeah, you know what? Damn it, Yuli, I forgot about I totally forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. I honestly, I think this deal,
those two were the
no, but I think this deal actually wiped everything out as of right now. It's still, because it's still kind of fresh. Like I said, it's still pretty fresh. So I mean, yeah, right now I'm still kind of kind of have my head down, but.
So what's your mind on the ethical thing? Is do you believe like
No,
was wrong
it's
because
exactly what Yuli said. Yeah, it would be different. I think it'd be different if we actually did the deal and it was fake, or there was something missing or broken. that would be unethical. But when it comes to, in this case, like I said, we had a podcast. We talked about it before, Yudi, and we said, you know, if we and I could say this, we as collectors, as resellers, or whatever you want to say, we're about our word. You know, we don't go back on it. But there are people out there, and at the end of the day, it's their piece. They could do what they want, and so we have to respect that.
Until they don't get the money.
Yeah. But we have to, and I have. That's the reason why I'm upset. I'm not mad at the guy. You know,
I mean,
I'm upset. I'm more upset because the deal didn't go through. But you know what? As I said, the last thing I told him is, good luck. I hope you obtain that piece that you're going after, because I know what it is to feel like to go after something you really want. And he told me thank you, and that was the end of the conversation. So at the end of the day, it's his piece. You know, I'm not gonna bash him and be he's an asshole. He's this, he's that. You know, it's his piece, and I have to respect it. But at the end of the day, it's gonna make me feel some kind of way, because I was so close to getting it, and it's something I've been talking about even prior, before we started even doing our podcast, you know, and things like that. I had some Leo figures on me, so I already knew what they were, and I was going after them. But it's just really hard to obtain one of those, especially complete.
Yeah, because when you think about it, if you see it that way, maybe that was because when you ask him about that piece, he was like, "Oh, really? Do you want that?" And when you insist on it, like, "Oh, you really, really want it," right? So it felt like it was one of his prized possessions. And when you think about it, if I'm gonna go back and like think about one of my prized possessions, probably one of the, you know, the Muslim, you know, stray cats or stuff that I know I will never ever will find again. Like, it'll be me like just hesitant.
Yeah.
You know, if I really need the money, or I might say yes, but then if the next day I'll sell a couple undercovers. Hey, I'm sorry, I'm not. Like, I'm thinking about, like, it'll be, you know, a very regrettable piece to sell, right? So I don't know if you have. I'm pretty sure you have pieces that you say, like, I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the piece that I have that I won't sell, I think is more for emotional attachment. Is not so much that I think it's like really rare, because they've came out more often now. But you know, prior to this conversation, I hit him up. So think about this, Julie. Before we went on that trip, there was another guy.
Oh, yeah.
Same thing. He was gonna sell me. He was telling me, have a faker.
I'm starting to think that is you, man. You're just damned to not get a Leo faker.
And that's what I'm thinking, because I think 3 weeks, almost a month prior from us going on the trip, this guy hits me up and he says, "Hey, I have some Leo figures for sale." First thing I asked, "Do you have the faker?" He said, "I have one coming in a couple of weeks. I'll send you pictures." Perfect. Okay. And then the couple of weeks went by, and I didn't hear nothing. I messaged him like, "Hey, I'm still here. You know, let me know." He's, "Oh yeah, it's still coming in. I'll have it coming in." Okay. And after that, even after the trip, I never got a response. I never heard from the guy again. and then
I think it's something with you and
hold
that
on.
piece.
And so like, I think about a week and a half after the trip, "Oh man, I'm so sorry. He hit me up." And he started sending me pictures. I'm like, "Dude, I already spent all this money on the trip." But at the end of the day, you know, I'm a little picky with my, you know, it wasn't up to par with what I was described, because I was told it was really, really clean, really minty, and it has some rubs. And I mean, at the end of the day, I think that honestly is what helped me out. That's what helped me, because if it was in really minty condition, I would have been like,
you would have gone in depth.
Yeah, I would have been, but I would have been upset about it. But at the end of the day, and I think that's what helped me out. Is
if you're gonna spend that much money, even if it, maybe you get a cheaper, but still a lot of money for a not
even for
condition.
Cheaper, yes.
That's what I'm saying. But then if you're gonna spend that amount of money, might as well spend a good amount of money. Like, just put up an extra few dollars, and try to find a clean one.
Exactly.
But it's gonna be hard, man.
This one you're telling us about, was it clean? Was it perfect?
Yeah.
It was.
It was just all up to your standards.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was your standards.
Yep. It was. That's why I was willing to pay. I was willing to throw in that money. I mean, like I said, I did ask if that's his best price, just to ask. He said yes. I like, okay, I'm not even gonna bother bargaining with you or talk you down a little bit. I said okay. Just let me know when you need the money, and I'll send it to you, friends and family. I'll send it right away.
So
Hey.
with him, you gotta yes with a condition of the other piece deal coming through. That deal apparently he came through, and still he didn't. And
He
that's
probably
why
sold.
you
He probably
failed.
sold something else, and got the money
Mm.
in another way.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to be nosy because I still don't know what
Was
what
the
he's
reason?
going, yeah, what is he going after? Because he said it's I mean, this guy has a nice collection.
Hey, a lot of people don't want to jinx it. Whenever it comes to like, hey, I have a deal coming through. A lot of people don't want to. Like 99% of the people, they won't tell you what is it.
Mm-hmm.
And we can talk about this for the
You don't
rest of the
believe-
podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't-
There you go.
You don't believe in that.
I didn't want to say what it was. I didn't want to say what it was to the public. I told y'all guys whenever I was about to do the deal with the stray cats and all that, but I didn't want to say it in public. Like I know people might have
Yeah, because
might have got a hint or something, but
Oh, but because because it was like a public deal, and everybody could get it. But in general, you're one of the person that you're able to say your.
no,
future
it's just
plans,
I think
aren't
it
you?
don't.
one thing is to say your future, like, oh, I'm thinking on getting this and that. That's one thing. But once you have a deal going through happening, and it's a big deal, a rare piece, something that, and then I don't want to say, a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to talk about it. Or I can tell you, hey, I want to sell these because I want to buy whatever. But I don't want to say what I'm buying because I don't want to jinx it.
Exactly.
Because it can fall through. Like,
Okay.
my friend, he just told me about it right now. He didn't tell me when it was
I
happening.
didn't tell nobody. I didn't talk to
Because
anybody
you don't
about
want to
it.
talk. You don't want to say it until
Exactly.
whether it happens or not. And then because you feel like jinxing it, I talked with friends like, hey, oh well, whatever. I have this deal coming through. I don't want, but I'll let you know tomorrow. And then they
Yeah.
send me pictures tomorrow. Oh, okay, it happens. And oh, by the way, oh, it's amazing.
I mean, he sent me like a million pictures. I have like I erased them all. I didn't want to see.
For real?
Yeah, he said.
because
I'm telling you,
A lot of people-
he sent me pictures. I mean, that's what I'm telling you. It felt like it was gonna go through because he sent me. I'm not gonna lie. He sent me at least like a good 20 pictures of every angle, everything, and that's why I was
was
like,
he holding the figure?
I mean,
Huh?
oh my gosh. He was probably holding it naked. I didn't even pay attention to it. I didn't see the figure.
All right.
Yeah, because I'm thinking about it. It's a toy. 20 pictures. There are not enough angles to get.
Oh, trust me, there's
angles.
enough angles. There's enough
Carlos, yeah,
angles.
for Carlos, you need. He'll look it up.
Yeah, there's enough angles. You best
Oh
believe.
man, this is crazy. No,
Yeah. I'm starting to think. Hey,
it is you. It is you.
is it me?
It
Is it moi?
you. It's your. You're destined to not have one. No, I hope you do. I hope you do. But nah, there's a lot of superstition in this.
Yeah, I mean,
a lot of people don't want to jinx it. A lot of people don't want to talk about it. A lot of people don't want to.
I don't see it
Don't
as
wanna say,
superstitious.
yeah, don't want to.
I don't see it like that, but I do believe in a certain extent to where I don't want to talk about it until it gets done because then I know it's done and then
Then you're superstitious.
But man,
For me, I don't believe in jinxing and stuff like that. But it is kind of shameful. Or yeah. It's,
But see, it's like
kind of
jinxing.
shameful.
The jinxing is it's never. I know what you're saying, but it's never true until it happens, and then you jinxed it, right? So it's
it's almost like when we hit the deer and you jinxed us.
it's like you hit the deer. No, it's almost like people believe on the god of rain because they will dance until it rains. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So,
know what you mean.
it really works. You dance until it rains. Yeah, so then
Of course,
must-
yeah,
it just
eventually,
took
yeah.
a month of dancing to rain. So it's the type of thing like when you jinx it, like, oh, I don't believe in jinx it until you do. So then it's true. I don't know. Anyways, but yeah, a lot of people do believe in that because one is they might have really believed on jinxing it, and number two, there are people that don't care. There are scalpers. There are people, if you tell them that a deal is going through and they know who's selling it, they probably
Mhm.
go around you and try like, hey, I can, give you a sweeter deal or something like that.
Possibly, yeah.
There's ruthless people in this business, in this hobby that might, and then you don't want to just tempt people to open temptations.
Can you take this this chance to explain me why Leo Faker is so rare, or why do people love him so much? Or like, is there a nostalgia
Well,
point to
for
it?
for one, anything India.
Okay, so
Uh huh.
basically, like you said, India, but it was produced and made in India and the country, right?
Mm-hmm.
So back then, we didn't have big machine or big companies where you can produce all the figures on just one country and then distribute, right? So it was more expensive shipping, producing everything, and also the just for the market in the U.S. it was already to the top. Like it was machines working day and night and just couldn't fulfill. So how do you fulfill the other countries needs, right? So you don't even have enough product to distribute in the US. Now to ship it and to produce to other countries. So what they came up with is like, all right, so I'll let you use the molds. So they will rent it, loan it, sell it, whatever the license to other toy companies, right? So there's a lot of companies in Mexico, in Brazil, in Argentina, Venezuela,
Venezuela.
India, Japan. So you can talk about Takara in Japan, Leo in India, Top
The
Toys.
exact same figure.
Yes, the molds.
The
But
mo-
the only difference was they will use the same molds, but they just not compare the exact color of the plastic. So they will have a different plastics over there to produce it. So the color was blue, but it was a darker blue, a more
Mhm.
bright, like vibrant blue, or darker reds or blue, or they will just come up with the different leg colors on the legs. 'Cause
That's why my Motu
So-
is well known for
Motu,
they
there's
have
like
variants.
1,000 variants in Top Toys. A
Rotor
friend was
Blast,
telling me that that they will run out of this type of plastic, so they came up with whatever, or they just came up with a different color, but they're only producing it in Argentina. And back then, it was like, who would have thought that this figure is gonna reach people in Mattel in the US? Like nobody's gonna
Yeah.
notice, right? So they will come up with their own versions. So nowadays, you think about it, it's so rare. It's India. They produce not a lot of toys.
Mm-hmm.
They got the molds, but they didn't produce a lot. It was not a lot of, I don't know, for any type of reasons. But now you think on Faker. Faker is like not the main characters. So you're talking about He-Man, Skeletor, like the main characters. Those are the ones that will produce the most, and even those, they're not a lot. But now you go to the rare pieces that they produce over there. It will be the Faker. And not only that, it's a very beautiful blue. Colors is popping, but everything is super rare because it's so scarce.
The paint. I mean, I honestly I think what puts him apart from everything is the paint around his eyes. Every other faker from Top Toys, from Venezuela, from France, Malaysia, whatever. None of them came with his eyes black, and then he has like a lime green where his eyelids are at. And that right there is like I think that's one of the main characteristics that people love that faker. But like Yuli said, India, it's a third world country.
Mhm.
It's something that kids weren't really buying over there. The money and situations like that. So now, now they pop up. They do pop up from time to time, but like in really rough condition, or a lot of people try to make fake molds of them. So to find one, it's like we want to go back like to Star Wars. It's when it comes to Leo, people try to fake those to sell them.
Yeah, because there's
So
a lot
now,
of money on them.
so now it's a risk, honestly, just to buy it to find a Leo because is it real?
Mhm.
Is it real? Has it been put together? Because what they try doing as well is they Frankenstein them. They try to get the best parts to put it together, but think about it, they broke it apart to put it back together.
Yeah.
And so, all those things come into play. And of course, as a collector, as myself, some people don't really care, but you want the leg band to be, which is a rubber, to be original, and that stays in the back of your head. And so, this piece, I mean, when you find stuff like that is really rare. I don't really know the production, how many were actually made, but I doubt there was that many made. I mean, I know some hardcore. I know some hardcore Motu collectors, and there's some things that they say they haven't even seen, like sword, a simple sword.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They haven't even seen one.
It's the amount of
So
items produced.
the one you're looking for is the one made in India.
Yes, that's why I call it Leo. Leo was the company that produced those, like the toy company in India. So that's you call it by the name. When you call it variants, you call it by the name of the toy company that will produce them. So you say Leo, a Leo faker, a Leo skeleton. You're talking about Leo. It's because Leo was the company on India. You call it a Top Toys Merman, Blue Merman, or green, whatever. Top Toys. You talk about the Top Toys. It was a company that made it in Argentina. So
okay,
the Malaysia.
my dumb ass thought that it was a
crossover, a Leo,
between Leo and a faker.
As a liker.
I like
from
it.
from
the Turtles.
Yeah, because I honestly thought it was because you know that Ninja Turtles they made that
a lot of crossovers.
And stuff. I thought it was.
No, when you say Leo, it's not Leonardo. It's Leo.
That's
the company
from the company, the manufacturer that made it out there in India. So yeah, that's I mean, and yeah, I mean, in other countries too. I mean, Motu could be very rare. Like Yuli said, in Argentina, made so many molds, so many plastics, different variant colors. And now those things, I mean, not a lot were produced. So now that people know that not a lot were produced, so now they go after them, and they're worth, I mean, high end. I mean,
but yeah, with Motu going down, probably they're gonna come out.
No,
yeah, Motu's going down. I'm so glad I'm not into that.
No, sir.
I'm so glad I'm not into variants.
Well, like we talked about Motu, when it comes to the common pieces, Malaysia stuff like that, yeah. But when it comes to the high end, I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry to burst your bubble. It's a man's world out there.
I'm still happy I'm not into those. Oh man, it's just it's crazy how it can change your mood, but also can give you really satisfying experiences.
But here's look. So check it out, Julie. I mean, honestly, like, okay, so I was at work when this happened.
Carlos doesn't want to let it go.
No. I said when I was at work, I was upset. You know, I drove to the house.
You cried a little bit.
You were
sobbing.
I went to my.
You were burgers coming out.
Yeah, I look like them garbage pail kids.
The garbage. Yeah.
Did you get in traffic while coming back that day? Did you get in traffic or not?
You know what? I didn't even pay attention. I didn't even know how I got home.
You've seen that movie of you've seen that movie of the 51st Dates where Adam Sandler is sailing like, what did it be? We be together.
Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention. I just drove to the house but I went into the room and saw all my figures. You know, I just kind of simmer down, and I was like, you know,
but you still feel that hole in your soul.
Yeah,
right?
I still had that piece. I was already thinking, this is where I'm gonna put it.
I don't think your collection is gonna be complete until
it's
not complete. I don't think it's not gonna be as good as without Leo Faker, man.
You're never gonna be happy until you.
No, I don't think.
Okay, guys. Okay. God damn.
So good thing you have friends to support you, brother.
Yeah, I know.
Anyways,
what is to have friends?
Yeah, just so close yet so far. It's been there've been such a close calls for just buying whenever you're on an auction, and then you miss it for a second, or you miss it for $1, or you miss it.
What was the double whammy? Because I actually lost by a couple of dollars on eBay. So I was like, God damn.
Well, you're in
the same piece.
No. No, it was.
I think it's the universe calling, you know, for you to save up some money.
Maybe you need to,
hey,
you know, like
we did.
You know, like old people sometimes they just keep living, man. They keep having birthdays and stuff, and it's just because they need to forgive one person. Maybe you need to like let something go or something like that.
You need to forget about.
No, guys, you know that's what I love about myself. I'm a fighter, and I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm gonna keep fighting. I'm persistent.
Apologize to your ex or something like that. Something.
I'm persistent.
You did something wrong in your past life, brother.
No, I don't think so, man. I just think, you know, the right time is gonna come. And that's the way I see it, and I don't care what y'all say.
Do you believe in past lives or reincarnation?
No, I don't. I just believe in action figures, and that's it.
I
don't like to dig
If you
deep
were
into
to
that.
reincarnate on something, what would you be?
A Leo faker.
Nah, like a living thing.
So you get 20 people.
You know what,
taken
guys?
from
Just
you.
give me a question that
To-
we're
24.
getting a little too
I'm
philosophical here.
trying to distract you.
Yeah, we
I'm
need
trying to
move
come up
on
with something.
that.
It's been 3 or 4 times I'm trying to change the subject.
I'm trying to hear it.
Bringing it back, right? I'm
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to come up with something like, let me think about something nice or something like, and that guy, he told me, like, oh my God, let it go,
And
Carlos,
then
let it
the
go.
next 5 minutes, you're just gonna be. I'm glad you didn't get it. I'm glad you didn't get it.
That's what
We're
we
gonna be up and down with this.
You're the one. You're the one bringing it up, man. You're the one.
Oh my gosh, I'm tearing up over here, guys. No, it was a past. Past week was pretty bad. It was a little downer, but you know what? It's okay.
Think about like about 3 weeks before, like when we were on that trip, like
Yeah, I was excited.
that's a good show.
But that was 3 weeks ago. We're talking about now.
we're doing numbers, like we're just for the fun of it. We're trying to make numbers, like who spent what, how much did we spend on that trip as a collective group, right? So I was trying to come up with a number of how much we spent. Like, dang, Carlo, like you went wild, brother. Like,
I mean,
you all spent even Ariel, like
Really?
you spent more than Ariel. Like, Ariel goes freaking.
he bought a bed. Damn it! I mean, he bought a bed.
He bought crazy shit that nobody needs, but
he bought some nice.
and
I like the
still
Care Bears and all
he
that.
spent more than he did.
I mean,
Life is short.
yeah. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, damn.
And
I
that's
coulda
why
had
you
the
lost.
faker.
You lost the faker the next week, right?
Well, I didn't. No,
You just want to
no. I
see. He's the
Oh,
one
yeah,
bringing
I'm
it up
going
now.
back now.
no,
Yeah.
no, because okay. So we're talking about the other faker. So the other faker.
Oh, so you lost 2 fakers.
Yeah.
No, I didn't lose the other one because I chose not to get it
Yeah.
You
because,
lost 2
because of the
fakers
condition.
in a span of a month.
Because of the condition. Oh yeah, you can say in this month.
Yeah, in the span of a month, you lost 2 fakers.
Are you being honest on like you actually let it go because of the condition?
Yeah, yeah. It had a nose rub. I mean, you could see
The
the.
trip had to weigh in that decision. Having spent that much on the trip. It was-
No,
it was the
I
week
mean,
after.
no.
No, he said that he already spent. He didn't have the money. What he's living in a peace, like on a good set of mind, is that it wasn't something that
It
he
wasn't
would
up
pick
to
up.
par with condition to
But
me.
if it was good, he would have suffered.
Yeah,
Because he didn't have the money.
Mm.
He already spent a lot.
I would have suffered. No, I
okay.
would have got it. I would have suffered. That's what I'm saying is he finally hit me up like about a week and a half later,
Okay.
apologizing because I mean he left me on red and eventually he out of the blue. Oh, I and so he sent me pictures and I'm like, that's not
Good thing is not that good.
Yeah, because he told me, brother, it's clean. It is really clean. Trust me, you're gonna like it.
I hate when people do that.
I guess because their conditions that but-
One thing is like it's a perspective thing, and one thing is like when you have like a scarf in the nose, like that's not clean for anybody. Like I hate when people trying to
They're trying to sell it,
when
yeah.
sellers
Mhm.
try to over
oversell the piece so they could try to
yeah,
sell
when
it.
they're really not that clean, we're not that good. Then they're like, oh man, this is like, I'm into garbage pail kids right now. So I got it's my new obsession right now.
Okay.
So I've been trying to contact people, trying to get good deals and stuff like that. And people are like, oh my god, this is gradable, and they send me pictures like. I'm not I don't work in a grading company, but like those corners, those freaking corners are not gradable, man. Like it's like
Man, honestly, when it comes to cars, Julie, on the way if I'm gonna buy a high end piece when it comes to car, it has to be graded. I don't because people
it's a big jump. Okay.
But it's exactly what you said, and when it comes to comic books as well, cards,
yes,
anything like paperback, I guess paper. Man, you gotta be real careful.
I know, but it was 2 routes, right, for me. So because I'm trying to get the first series,
Mm-hmm.
so I got first series on the Garbage Pail Kids. I got the first series, the UK, which is the minis.
Yeah, the mini ones.
And then I have 2 through almost, I think 9,
God
all
damn.
complete. 2 to 9. Because I had 2 big lots. I bought 1 big lot, huge lot from Donaldo. Shout out to Donaldo. But I don't know, almost a year.
Yeah,
something
about a year,
like
year and a half
a long
ago.
time ago. But I didn't touch it. I just bought a huge binder from him. I didn't touch it. It wasn't until I got like just recently, about last week,
Mm-hmm.
a guy on Facebook Market or whatever
Yeah, marketplace.
Marketplace. He posted up like a folder, and it came with the first series. I was like, oh man, but it like looked like different and stuff. Like I'm gonna go see it, check it out. He had a huge pride as it was, or like the American version. Once I show up there, like, hey man, this is the UK. This is a lot like less value than the original, right? So we can make a deal here, or just not interested. He told me it was his uncle collection. He wasn't his, that's why he didn't know much about it. We ended up making a pretty cool deal. All right, so I got it. So now I had 2 huge folders, right? I'm like, now is the time. So I started going through them. I got the first series that it just, even though it's the UK is still pretty cool. And then I start getting like a lot of like, oh, I spent like 3 days and I was sleeping like 3 a.m. in the morning, sorting out cards and figuring out which one is the best. And I thought, so putting up the best for, so I went out through from the first to 9 series. So now I'm like, all right, let me find the red. Like I'm like hyped.
That's what happens.
But honestly, I will trade all of it for a series 1, which I already got a series 1. I didn't have to trade it. I went over there. I went into Facebook groups. That's where you find the best deals, right? Compared to eBay or other stuff, I got a good deal on a first set. I'm not going to say it's gradable or not. He just said it's in good condition, fair condition. He was very honest. Show me pictures, fair corners. I'm not going to be until I see it.
But you're not thinking about grading them, right?
Yes, I am.
You are.
I will send them out.
You got it already?
I got it. It's coming up on Friday.
So you thinking about grading them then?
I made a deal. So yeah, so I have to I have 2 routes, right? So getting them graded, which is like if you want good grades, I don't want to talk numbers because I'm still pretty new. But for what I've seen, people offering them and all that is pretty high. Yeah. Right. So graded, and even at a 6 or 7,
I've seen a lot of 5s and 6. That's like,
and then I saw one that it was an 8, and crazy amount of money. Oh, just on an 8. Yeah. Right. And if you see the whole series, so I will see 1 or 2 like first series stands, crazy amount of money just for a 10 on a first series.
Yeah, 10, anything 10, PSA so 10 would be money.
I was even considering to get a low grade full series that went up on eBay. It just went higher than what I wanted to spend. I put a bid on it. I lost it. I wasn't even mad because I don't want to spend more than that much. And my plan was get the whole case and then start upgrading them. Like if I go to a show and they have them, like 'cause I know a lot of there's a lot of CGC events where they will have Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh and Magic, and they pretty much have garbage. So start going to those shows, bring my case, and like my deal, like it's gonna be fun. And I have a 2 or a 5 or whatever. Would you trade it for the 8 and I'll put extra money? Stuff like that. Be upgrading it little by little. It was that route, or now I have a new series, like a full series. Number 1. It was a good price. I can spend on grading them. Whatever grades come up, it was still cheaper than what I put up for the lower grades that I was gonna buy. Yeah. So I think I'm still in the winning side. It's gonna be a fun project. I love that. I love that about this because
I think you just gotta stay busy. That's what it sounds like.
That's what. Just right when you think I'm good. I don't think I'm pretty cool. I don't need anything else. And then you find a new niche, obsession, a new niche. A lot of people were talking like, oh, this is when all crazy on marbles. I mean, I got what I need. Like I do found a new obsession on marbles, but won't talk about it until later. But because I don't want people to start like outbidding me. But yeah, I mean, Bad Balls and the kids horrors, it's pretty cool. I like it, but it's to me it was a short end. Like it was, I got the corner that I wanted. I got it filled up. I still want to get the first wave of the Mad Balls, but it's still not a lot more. Much more that I want from that. Right?
And I think that's how it's been with your collection as well. It's like when you get close, you jump to the next one.
but because I want to leave
But
something
yeah, there you go. But you still
to keep hunting
yeah,
on
to
that.
keep hunting. There you go.
But now with this, I feel like it's gonna be an amazing project to have
That's a long. That's
or
a long.
start
Yeah.
with a beat up, graded, first series.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got it for a good price, and then if I grade it myself, whatever. It's first of all, it's gonna be fun to
That
open
sounds fun,
up
yeah.
to see like what came up on what grade. If Adam Bomb came with like high or low grade, that's gonna be the
That's
high or the
that's
bomb
one.
of the
That's-
whole
Yeah,
collection.
that's the one you want.
You're looking for the Adam Bomb or the Nasty Nick. So either one of those, But everything else, to have that experience of grading it, and then after I get it, I don't care if I get super low grades because I want to have the project as
Upgrading.
upgrading
Yeah.
one by one because I'm pretty desperate. So I don't want people say like, why don't you go instead of upgrading? Why don't you go one by one? I'm like, shit, because once I get one, I want all. So at least I can have all of them, and then I can upgrade.
Yeah, upgrade one by one,
Yes.
and still have the set with you.
And it's gonna be a fun project. I think it's gonna be a super.
I
fun
mean, like
project.
I said, yeah,
Just
people.
getting them, grading them, and hopefully upgrading them.
Like we say,
one
there's
by one.
always different ways to collect. There's always different ways. That's your way of doing it. Some people may not agree with it.
Yeah,
It
no.
is- it is what
So
it
a lot
is.
of people is gonna go one by one,
Mhm.
ungraded. A lot of people is gonna go one by one, graded on the grade, exact grade that they're waiting.
Yeah.
They're gonna be patient and waiting on the grade that they want. It's gonna be a long road, but a lot of people will get already
It'll keep you
graded.
busy.
So it's just different ways to collect it. For me, I think that's the way that I want to take, the route that I want to take. 'Cause it's gonna keep me busy. It's gonna keep me entertained. It's gonna keep me,
There you go. And that's what we need, guys. We need you to be entertained.
Yeah,
Because at night he's buying everything.
Freaking
Is
spending.
this the first step into cards in general?
Yeah, I tried Pokemon. I bought up one of your store. I was like, I like this Pokemon. I like Aerodactyl. So I was like,
Yeah.
and he got the card. This is a cool card to start with. And like I got it, and I went on one and a couple of shells and like tried it, but nothing clicked with it. I
No?
didn't click.
There's
On the opposite, I got the Tommy figures, the little first wave. I like this ones.
you like okay.
So I couldn't click with the
cards.
whatever the graded
The PSA?
PSA. I didn't click with the Pokemon
Okay.
cards, but this one.
What about you, Carlos?
I actually have some Pokemon in my collection. I mean, I sold a lot for my personal, but I kept a couple, but there's one that people have asked me to sell, and it's not a high end. It's a nice card, but it's one of my favorite Pokemon. So I have some in my collection.
Which one is it?
The Gengar,
The
Sabrina's.
Gengar? Oh yeah.
Sabrina's Gengar. So I'm holding on to that one. I sold my Shadowless Charizard. I sold a few of them, but that one they were asking for it, and I said no. I think I'm gonna hold on to it. They actually bought me a little Tommy,
Oh, okay. To go with
Gengar,
it.
Yeah, Gengar to go with it. So I'm
Oh,
gonna put them together, and I think it's gonna look cool. So that's why
Mm.
I bought that piece. And I mean, I have some Pokemon cards in my collection. I really don't have anything out. I don't know. I wouldn't know how to display them, honestly. But I have a few Marvel comic. But I like holograms.
I was thinking one of those like this, but I have like this like shelves, like little steps. Shelves, and then if you put like those coin holders, and then you put the card.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I kind of want to open up like at least 2 or 3 shelves for just garbage pails.
But also,
garbage pails
I
to
actually like. There's some. I mean, I've seen them. You actually hang these on the wall, and it's
I've
like a
seen
big-
that too,
those
but I
are
feel like
nice.
it's either that, but I don't have a lot of wall here,
Mhm.
and I want to reserve that space for. And I could put up like a lot of stuff, but I want to reserve for.
Yeah,
for,
no, your place. You have plenty of shelves.
I want
put those-
to reserve the wall space for art for original sketches, art. I that's another dangerous road that I just took. It started off with the lot that I got from Muscle Mods. It came up with amazing art.
Mhm.
I was like, "Friggin', this is awesome!" And then I got this, from Froggy, the my pet monster sketch.
Do you click with it with art?
I'm
Yeah.
upset. I'm trying to find, but first of all, I don't know where to look. I don't know but I want those. I want to get me some original artwork for the walls.
Carlos, does it sound good, fun for you doing a project like Ulysses just mentioned?
Um,
It's too much work.
yeah, I think it
I
is
think
for me.
Carlos collects a little bit different. I mean, I'm not saying.
I'm a little bit more patient. Believe it or not, I'm a little. I know, but I say that's why. Believe it or not, compared to
Elaborate.
no, compared to what Yuli is,
I'm
I'm a little bit more.
yeah, all right.
I'm more patient than Yuli.
You spend on one trip.
It doesn't matter. But I'm more patient than Yuli because I did not go into buying a collection from the same. I bought different things.
Yeah.
It's just like you said. 1 minute you buy a year and a half ago you buy a book of GPK. Now this whole damn desk is full of GPK from one day to the next.
Yep.
And that's what you do.
Hey, but
And
I was patient that.
I'm not saying there's
I
nothing wrong
didn't-
with that. You don't have to explain to me.
No,
I'm
no,
not.
but I was
I'm
patient that.
not beating you up about it.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no,
saying.
but I am like that. But no, but I think that was the most patient, the longest project. Honestly, to be honest,
yeah. Well,
the GPK, because I got those cards like long time ago, and then I didn't touch them until something.
but we're talking. I mean, when we talk about, I think one of the fastest things you got was mask. That's like one of the fastest things. Like, god damn, from 1 week to the next, you had a whole collection of masks. I'm like, jeez. So I'm a little bit more patient because I also look at the condition. I'm very picky when it comes to condition, so it takes me a little bit more time. I'm not saying that everything that Yuli has is, not grade worthy, but I look at it like if let's say I have a couple of pieces. You know what? I want to take these to get graded. I know I could get them graded, and they'll come back a good grade, because that's what I go based on.
And I don't like grading, honestly. That's a huge difference between Carlos and I. The way that we collect, I don't like grading. He does like grading, and everything that he purchases, it's with grading in his mind. Like he's thinking about grading it. For me, it's display. So if it has a scratch in the back of the pier, I don't care. I want to display the front. I mean, I try not to. I prefer to have a clean one, but if it's a good price, if it is a scratch in the back and it's not gonna display, fuck it, I'll get it. So and this garbage Pail Kids has put me on a like, how do I display them, right? That's why I had that folder for so long, because I didn't know how to display it. I was even thinking about selling it or not, whatever. But now I think I'll go for the first series.
I think it's gonna
Graded,
look sweet. All bunch of
on like a 3 or 4 shelves of steps on like cards.
Yeah, that's gonna look nice.
I think that's what I want to do with that project. It's gonna take me a while, but I think it just has something that is gonna keep me occupied and hopefully not spend too much. Because once I grading 82 cards is gonna be a penny out of my pocket. But
yeah.
But from there, if I take it one by one to upgrade and hopefully, who knows? That's gonna be also a good thing to hopefully I can get good grades on some of them.
Yeah,
that's gonna be like, maybe I'm expecting like 2s and 3s and 4s, but what if I get actually a good run of like 8s or 7s or 9s? I don't know. Hopefully.
Yeah, I mean that's part of the journey and part of the
And it's gonna be part of
a good journey. It's gonna be a fun journey. I think like I said, me personally, I just see something I like it and I try to go after it. I don't know.
I think I do like to have like certain one shelf or 2 shelves of the same stuff. So for me, whenever I'm purchasing something, my eye ticks if I only have like 1 or 2 figures on the shelf. I need to fill it up. That's why I have to. The first bunch, it's got to be representing, right? So I have to have at least 1 or 2 shelves filling. And Carlos is more like, he likes, this from Blurballs, this one from, Tiger Sharks, or this one from, like, he will pick the best of the best lines that he likes. So he doesn't care if he's like had it probably mixed up. I don't know how he displays it. But I do like my sections.
No, like when it comes to the sections, how the way you have it well organized. You have, like you said, you have your shelves of the complete sets. I really don't have that because I don't have a bunch of complete sets.
No, you're looking more for
but I try to put
the high ends.
Yeah.
Because you got the Kraken from Clash of the Titans, and then you said you had one of the figures.
Yeah.
And then if all those are the rares, Carlos is happy with that. Like, I will try to. I'm not sure you complete the line, but like, let me get like. If I'm going to get the Kraken, let me get at least 2, 3, 4 figures to go with it. I don't want to have. And that's the reason why I bought a lot of Moto. I didn't like the figures as much, but I wanted the Eternia.
The Eternia.
Like it looks empty without figures. Let me put figures on it. So and same thing with the USS flag. And Carlos doesn't care. He will put. He's got his figure. He likes it. That's his way of collecting, and that's right. That's okay. It's okay.
I have one more question. Do you know the scenario we talked about this whole episode? Does it happen the other way around, that you found you something came on your mind, you want to collect a new line and you just found it as fast as possible? Does it happen? And it's just like easy to get, pristine condition, and in 1 week you get what you want. Like,
Carlos just said that I got the mask collection in like in a blink of an eye, and I went crazy. And believe it or not, a lot of people think that I purchased most of what I have online, and most of the mask I got it from local sellers here. Like I went to Donaldo, I went to Texas Time Warp, I went to different local sellers, and they have it.
No, but something rare like the faker. So, the faker is something rare that Carlos has tried to get a couple times. He had get off his hands. Something that rare that you just got it, you found it. And it's
perfect example is the muscle mods for me. Like,
that I mean, I think honestly,
there's stuff
it's
in that
rare. It's rare. It's rare for an occasion like that to come up with what you're saying, and that's a perfect example of what Yuli's saying.
I wasn't even looking for them. They just came up.
It's.
I mean, I was, but not that.
It doesn't happen too often with rare pieces, honestly, because when it comes to rare pieces, it's out of. I mean, you're gonna have to save money, and if you do have the money, now you got to make sure if that person is willing to sell it. That has a lot to do with it, because some people, it's almost like if Yuli knows, let's say for instance a Muslim collection, right? Let's say somebody has something that's so rare that you be like, man, but I want your Muslim collection for it. It would be something you would think about, but you would have second thoughts, like, nah, I can't. And that's how I put myself in the person's shoes. Like, I understand what he's talking about. It's not easy.
The figures like that,
it's rare to find in good condition, and with accessories. It really is.
But it's a piece that will make you hesitate to sell it, like the cats.
I would never sell it if I get it. That piece will die with me if I get it.
But does it have like a nostalgia, like something emotional about it, or you just like it?
Yeah, no, it does, because I've been searching for one, and I complete just to know. I think the more you know, like Yuli, you know how rare it is to find those cats. You know the journey. Like
if I would have, people tell me stories about they spending
years. I'm talking about 10 over 10 years.
People have told me about that years and years of looking for those cats, and I got them on 1 year, and they came up to me.
Yeah,
I didn't.
So that's what I'm saying. That's hard. That's rare.
That doesn't happen
that's rare. But when you have a piece that you hear, I mean, I know guys, like I said, I know these hardcore Motu, and that's all they collect is Motu. That's all they have is Motu. Hardcore collectors.
And they don't have the faker.
And I know only 2 of them that probably have them complete.
Oh my God.
Everyone else has them. They're missing a sword, missing a staff. The nose is rubbed. This and that. You
only know 2 person that had the Leo faker complete. Oh my God.
And there's
one. I think one that has.
I think there's carded, one that is carded. Like, anyways, I think the question that Isaiah was asking, and it's very important. I want to go back to his question because he mentioned something about if it is because of nostalgia. There's people that they believe that if it is not nostalgic, it's not collectible, or shouldn't be collectible, or you shouldn't be collecting it. If it doesn't have nothing, like if you don't saw it as a kid on a show, or if you didn't play with it. For starters, to me, I'm sorry to burst your bubble, but nah, that's not like that, right? So if you want to collect like that, that's good.
Yeah.
But to try to impose and to tell me that it has to have a nostalgic factor for me to collect it, or if I didn't then it's not collecting. You're just nonsense. Because first of all, I collect whatever I want. That's the premises, right? So I spend my money on whatever I want. Number 2, there's so many different reasons why you want to collect. Like you can like the figure, you can like the mold, you can like the theme, you can like the colors, you can like whatever, how it looks, how it feels, how it's like playability, his actions, his durability, whatever. You can like so many things on a figure to collect it. That doesn't have to be necessarily nostalgic, because a lot of people who argue about that, oh, because I played with it, so that's why I collect. I'm like, the art collectors, did they paint it when I was little? Did they know Pablo Picasso? And they're like, no, they did. Like Pablo Picasso was dead before, or Michelangelo, or whatever. Whoever art collectors, there's people that collect, or museums. There's people that collect dinosaurs. Like there was a huge collector in Monterrey, where I'm from. That guy collects, freaking bones, and he has a T-Rex.
And all that?
Shit. He's a millionaire, multimillionaire. He fights with museums for pieces
Really?
I'm gonna send you his link. There's Mauricio.
Send me that. I'd like to see that. That's
Everybody call him like Tio Mauricio, the Uncle Mao.
I never heard of that. That's pretty cool.
He was governor, like mayor on one of the richest cities the whole Latin America, which is in where I'm from, like Nuevo León. So he's got like money, and
well, for him to be fine with museums,
that's crazy.
he was telling a story,
that's
like
impressive.
like that one of the museums was like wanting this piece, and then whoever was selling it like, oh, we already sold it, and the museum sold him like, don't tell me it's Mauricio. And like, yeah, he was. He's so rich. He's so rich. He's like he has founded excavations and all of that. You gotta drop your friggin' ears like jaw with this one. He got so much money that he has been founding, like archaeologists. That his team, or whatever he was founding, he discovered a dinosaur, and he put his last name on the dinosaur.
Are you kidding?
I'm not freaking kidding.
He found a new
species, and he named it after him.
Who's this guy?
Is the
I never heard of that.
Mauricio Fernandez. He, like, I don't remember the exact name of the. Like, let me Google it. Like, the dinosaur is called Maurisaurus or Fernandosaurus, something like that. I'm not even joking.
That's funny.
Yeah, let me just like.
And he's still alive.
Huh?
He's still alive.
He is. Well, he's alive. He's older, so he's got such a huge. He has like meteoritos, like meteors, and like he's got like a lot of
stuff. So he has a museum pretty much.
He was his house, but now is like his collection is so freaking big that he offered to the government of Nuevo León to put up a museum. So the museum is done. It's called La Milarca.
I would like that. That'd be awesome to go to that.
The museum, not only what is in the museum, but the museum is built with crazy shit. The roof of the museum is from a fucking like old church of mid of Europe, whatever, like expensive. Like, so I purchased the church, like the roof of the church of 100 years. He put it on top of them. Like, I'm like, it's next level, brother.
Damn.
Mauricio Fernandez Garza, mayor of San Pedro, like I said. Let me see if on the Wikipedia says that. Like, let me see Mauricio Fernandez. Dinosaur.
That's crazy.
It's called Mauriciosaurus.
Oh my god.
His name is Mauricio. So
it's a new species of dinosaur they found.
Not obvious. Yeah. Nobody had seen it. Nobody has discovered. Whenever his team or whatever he researched, oh, this is new. So let's call it Mauriciosaurus. Imagine I discover a dinosaur and I pull it Ulisosaurus, or it's just.
It is that funding archaeologists is one of the most expensive things there is.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, like, so. The Mauriciosaurus is a general extinct. It's in Spanish. Palesiosaurus, I don't know.
And how does he look like? Like the long neck?
This is the Mauriciosaurus. This is how it looks like.
Wait.
It's a damn dolphin, man.
Oh. Oh, it's from the sea. Okay.
Yeah,
it looks like from the sea.
It's cool though.
You having a dinosaur name after
it's crazy.
you?
Yeah, it's crazy.
No, you guys gotta watch his YouTube. He has a YouTube channel, and he's very chill.
Well, he's not that old then.
He's pretty old, but no. Actually, he's again. He ran for mayor again. He's run for mayor like 3 times for this like the richest city on the whole Latin America, San Pedro. He's won like all 3 times or 2 or 3 times. I don't know, but he doesn't need the money. He's like he comes from one of the richest family in Mexico, so. So yeah, that's crazy. I don't know what brought us to that conversation, but his collection is amazing.
Fun facts, guys. Fun
facts. The Mauriciosaurus. Go look it up. His name is Mauricio Fernandez. You can put Mauricio Fernandez dinosaur and
that's funny.
If you ever find the 5th dog, you should call him like you.
I know, like Ulysses dog. Man, this is crazy. Yeah, that's what we say. There's always a bigger fish on a collectible. Oh, I remember why we started with that topic. He didn't live with dinosaurs to collect dinosaurs to say, oh, I collect them because I'm nostalgic about it. So you collect things that you like.
I mean, there's always gonna be people, it's gonna say something that you don't agree to. But like I say, I'm not gonna be one of those that's gonna tell that person, no, you're wrong. Hey, if that's how you believe, that's what your beliefs. Go ahead and believe that. I mean, but I'm gonna spend my money like the way I want. I'm gonna collect the way I want. 'Cause there's no wrong way of collecting.
Yeah. But Carlos, do you have like a childhood thing with Faker or no?
A childhood?
Yeah, like.
Well, I would say it was maybe been about like going on 5 years already that I've been
trying to find it.
Yeah, trying to find one. I mean, and I'm not gonna say like the first year I was trying to go. I potentially had, but I mean, there's no way I had that kind of money. A guy that sold me the Skeletor, he told me he had a way to get the Leo Faker, but on card. But of course, that was money. He was asking crazy money for it. So there's no,
just a loose one is freaking expensive.
There's no way I was able to obtain that kind of money. And the guy wanted cash. He's like, yeah, there's no way I could. There's no way.
There's a way.
Yeah.
It's
sell my ass or something.
Exactly. It's up to you. You're willing, but there's always a way.
So what are you trying? You have a nice collection, Uni. What are you trying to say, man?
I'm telling y'all, there's always a way. There's always a way.
He's gonna give you the number of PD, this lawyer.
How do you think I got the muscle muds collection, man?
He had to sell his muscle mud. Oh man.
Stupid. All right, we're gonna end it up there. We're giving out too much information. So thank you guys, thank you everybody for hanging out with us. Please comment on the section below, like the video, share.
Hit the bell button if you want to see Yuli's muscle mud.
Subscribe. No, nobody wants to see my muscle mud. Please stop calling it that.
Who wants to see the Yuli mud? Yuli mud, we'll call it after him.
All right. Take care. See you. Thank you.
He's